I want to talk about working with voices. In note input mode, you may have noticed this little orange quarter note with its stem pointing upwards. This tells me I'm using an upstem voice. I'm going to put the caret here and type Shift V, and you'll see the stem flip down. Now watch what happens when I put in some notes. Okay, this rest appeared, and these stems flipped out of the way. So now I've got a downstem voice. If you want to keep adding more voices, you can keep typing Shift V, but if you want to switch between the existing voices, then just type V. In some music, there's a convention that when you have two voices in a bar, both voices add up to the correct number of beats. I'm in 4/4, but the downstem voice just has these two notes, so Dorico's padded this bar with rests. In some types of music, you may not want to see these rests, so how can you remove them? The easiest way is this. Select the music and go Edit, Remove Rests. I want to talk through a couple of common problems. The first is where you find some extra rests and you can't figure out why. So let's say I throw some music into this bar. This looks fine. And then I copy and paste this measure. So I'm going to go up to the View menu and turn on this Voice Colors option so you can see that I made a mistake. I should have put these notes in the upstem voice, and I actually put them in the downstem voice. The status bar will confirm this. Dorico considers one voice to be the primary voice, in this case upstem voice 1, and it considers every other voice to be an additional voice. The primary voice always shows rests. When a voice runs out of notes, that voice automatically ends at the next bar line, which means that Dorico won't continue padding it with rests. If you then bring that voice back, as I've done with upstem voice 1 by pasting here, Dorico's going to bring the rests back. Probably the neatest way to fix this is to grab these notes, right-click, and use the Change Voice function to move them to the correct voice. But in most cases, it wouldn't matter if you just used Edit, Remove Rests. I should point out that these voice colors are assigned across the whole instrument, so for instance, this guy is upstem voice 1 and it's blue, but this guy's also called upstem voice 1, but it's red. Don't get hung up on it, it's dependent on the number of staves on the instrument and also the order in which the voices were first used. It also means that if you're on an instrument with multiple staves and you cross-staff some notes, you can keep track of which voice started on which staff. By the way, cross-staffing up is N for north, and cross-staffing down is M. The other situation that sometimes happens, particularly if you're working with imported music XML, is you may find yourself with no rests at all. To fix this, you just need to know that Remove Rests sets a property, sometimes two. Either the previous note or rest will be set to end voice, or the next visible note or rest will be set to start voice. Switch off whichever of these properties is turned on, and the rests will come back.